Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Brent.
I'm Jeremy.
Together, we are the CAPP Show. You can catch us live every Sunday at 4 p.m. East on Brime at brime.tv/the CAPP Show. We're on most of the social media platforms as well, such as Rumble and Twitter. Please check out our link tree for all of our social links. Welcome.
Welcome, everybody. Hope you guys had a good couple of weeks.
Yes, hopefully. How was yours?
Oh, well, lots going on, you know.
Yes, lots.
In my life and in
yes,
in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
and you broke your nose.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I did. Well, no, I didn't. My daughter did.
Well, that'll learn you.
That right. Yeah. Sad that a 5-year-old does that to me, but hey, what are you gonna do? I still love her. Now it just points off to the left just a little bit. Not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but it was bad. Still sore. But yeah, I heard you you had a pretty crappy travel experience.
I had the trip from hell on Monday of last week. So I had to go to Pennsylvania for work. And my flight was supposed to have left at like 8 a.m. And it got delayed till 10 the night before. So Sunday night of last week, I got notification, hey, your flight's delayed. No reasoning given, just that it was delayed. And that I would need to select a new route. Or not a new route, just new flights. Because this particular trip, I had 3 flights. 2 layovers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, sucks. So it's like, okay, fine, whatever. So got all that set up and rebooked, fixed and everything. Get to the airport on Monday morning. The flight was supposed to leave at 10. It didn't leave till 11:30-ish. Made it to Dallas, got off of the plane, hopped on the tram to get to the other concourse that I needed to get to, got to my gate, as they called my boarding row.
Oh, shit.
So walked right on. Like, holy shit.
Wow.
So I was like, all right, fine. That one left on time. Great, no problem. We got to Charlotte, North Carolina. And they had some storms apparently roll through. So we landed and everything was fine. Flight was supposed to leave at about it's supposed to leave about, I want to say 10 o'clock. Or no.
Okay.
No, 8 o'clock. I'm sorry. It's supposed to leave at 8 o'clock. So we got there at 6. Supposed to leave at 8. And long story short, didn't leave until 1 a.m.
Oof.
So we arrived in Pennsylvania, in our destination in Pennsylvania. Probably about 2:15, closer to 2:30.
Holy crap.
A.m. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sucked.
That's a long day.
And so this is where it gets even better. All the rental car places were closed, right? It's a small airport. It's a smaller airport than Colorado Springs, but they call themselves an international airport because they have one international flight.
Oh, it makes sense.
And it's smaller than the one here in this town. Whatever.
Jesus.
So the rental car places were closed. We called for a taxi, and the taxi said, well, I've got 4 drivers out. You're number 11 to call. So it's going to be anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour before we can even get back to you.
Holy.
And I'm like, holy shit, I'm exhausted. I just want this day to end.
Yep.
I had sit and it was just constantly doing this, the spinning circle on the Uber app. Nobody was Ubering. Constant spinning circle. Going,
Holy.
wow, this is fucking terrible. One of the other ladies there managed to get one. She got one that would hold 4 people. So we talked the guy into it, and it's like, hey, you drop these 2 off at their location, then take us to ours, and we'll pay you cash.
Yep.
He's like, okay.
Perfect.
So finally got to the hotel about 3:30 a.m. I think my head hit the pillow close to 4, or right around 4.
Wow.
And I was up at 8. I had to get up
Easy.
because I needed to get some breakfast, and I needed to get to the airport so I could get my car. So called an Uber, got a hauled back to the airport, got my car with no problems, and then went to the site after we had breakfast.
Wow.
Breakfast / lunch.
Yeah. No kidding. Holy crap, man. That's insane. That's why I don't like traveling.
Well, so it wasn't necessarily the delays that bugged me. What bugged me was the delays were happening and there was no information given on what was going on. Just delayed.
Really?
Now you're delayed. Now you're delayed again. Now you're delayed again. I'm like,
So
why?
just nothing.
Nothing. No information. Just delay notifications. That's all we were getting.
Well, that's fucked up.
So I was talking to one of the flight attendants on the final flight. She was actually just traveling back because she lived in that area where we were going.
Oh, okay.
She wasn't actually one of our flight attendants, but yeah, and I even, we were standing there and people were rightfully upset and irritated. And I said, look, I wouldn't have a problem if they actually told me why we've been delayed all these times. She's like, no one has told you anything? I was like, no one has said a word. And so it turns out that what happened in Charlotte earlier in the day, or like just before our flight came in,
Right.
they had some massive storms come through. Really nasty, ugly thunderstorms and lightning and all that stuff.
Oh.
So
Oh shit.
that put a delay on everything because Charlotte is a big hub for American Airlines.
Oh yeah. I've heard it's huge.
Yeah. So that's what it was. I mean, ultimately that's what it was. And I'm like, oh, okay, fine, whatever.
I mean, at least you got the reason why, but
Yeah, but it only took them 6 hours to tell me.
Yeah, no shit.
So I was already beyond livid at that point. The only saving grace is ours wasn't one of the many that were completely canceled.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're lucky.
They canceled a lot of flights that day.
No way.
Yeah, it's like, oh, all right,
How was
fine,
the rest
whatever.
of the trip?
The rest of the trip was fine. Coming home, we always took off on time and we always landed a few minutes early.
Perfect.
So coming home was great. No hiccups, no nothing, no problems.
Beautiful. Well, that's all right then.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was like, oh, okay.
At least you weren't going on vacation.
Yeah.
That's a piss off when that shit happens. And then, I mean, we've had that. You get to a hotel and they're like, oh, no, we don't have you booked in. Like, the fuck you don't. Give them all your shit. I mean, I did that. I think that happened to us on when we went down on our honeymoon. I think we went to one hotel and they're like, no, we have you in this room. And I'm like, no, here's what the printout shows. But no, I had one where I went up and they said, no, you're not registered with us. I gave them all the information and then they said, oh, sorry, sir, we had to give your room away. Okay. So now what? Right, I was supposed to be on like the 3rd or 4th floor. And they said, well, unfortunately, because we have this convention, we had to give it away. I said, okay, so now what am I to do? And they said, well, we have you another room. We hope you don't mind. We did upgrade you at no cost. I'll take
Okay.
it.
Okay.
But I'm assuming when you upgrade, you're going higher up the floors, right?
Maybe.
Because this is only like a 6-story place, 7-story maybe. It wasn't very tall, right? But there's there's a little pool there and shit. No, they put me on the first floor, pool access right out the sliding door, big 42-inch TV. It was nice. So you start off pissed off, and at the end of it, I was like, oh, okay, I'm good. I'm good.
You slowly come around. It's like, yeah, all right, all right, all
Yep.
right.
Yeah, I'll
I
take
can
it.
handle this. I can take
No,
this.
sorry. Yeah, that was when I went to Disneyland. Yeah, that was when I went to Disneyland.
Yeah, but
That
still.
was early 2000, that was like 2000, 2001, I think.
Hmm.
I mean, it was gorgeous because I walked outside and right across from where I was staying was like a little orange orchard. And the smells were just, I mean, it was amazing.
Oh, I bet. That sounds amazing.
Beautiful. But
Wow.
yeah, no, thankfully I don't like traveling too much. Like
I'm getting to the
flying.
point now where I don't want to travel anymore
Yeah.
for work. It's just, I don't know. It's just taking a toll on me. I mean, I got back on Friday. Here it is Sunday, and I'm still dragging ass.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yesterday my back was hurting, my shoulders were hurting, and I still got up and I went out and did yard work because the grass ain't going to mow itself and shit
True.
that needed to be cleaned up. So I took care of that. Of course, my wife is yelling at me, "Why are you doing that if you're hurting?" I was like, "Because it needs to be fucking done."
Uh-huh. Yep. Now we did that on Saturday. Friday, actually. Did I do it Friday? No, I did it all Friday. Mowed the lawns. We had shit that was like 5 feet tall out in the alley. So I had to get out there with the hand snips and just start cutting her all down.
Mm.
Wife says, why are you doing it all at once? So it's done.
Yeah, well, I wanted to get it done, as quickly as possible because tomorrow's the 4th here in the U.S.
Yep.
Which is a big deal. A bunch of people with guns decided they were done with dealing with the bullshit. So,
Yep.
we're gonna celebrate that, and I would rather not be having to deal with yard work and shit on that day. So
Definitely.
I will be. For those of you listening to this, if you listen to it today, it's uploaded. It is the 4th of July, so happy Independence Day to everyone in the U.S.
Yes.
And it's Independence Day for you guys as well, right?
On the 1st.
On the 1st,
July
it
1st.
was on
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah, it's basically equivalent to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't do much though. I don't typically just spend it with the family, right? We were gonna be out in the backyard doing a whole, fire and all that crap, but unfortunately, it decided to pour down here,
Oh, awesome.
so that kind of sucked, and it's still been raining off and on, but it
Yeah,
was
for
good.
tomorrow, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna throw a brisket on the smoker.
Nice.
I've got some. I got some ribs. I've got some brats. Got some hot dogs. I'm not sure what else I've got, but make up a bunch of stuff tomorrow. So that'll be good.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, that
Do
should
you
be.
use a certain kind of rub on the brisket, or?
So the one that my wife picked up it's a seasoned brisket, so it's already got seasoning and stuff all over it.
Oh,
It's in
okay.
so I don't know. It'll be my first brisket that I've ever tried to make. Um, and hopefully it comes out good.
Yeah. Hopefully it
Hopefully.
will. As long as it's edible, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. But yeah, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna take care of that tomorrow. I'm gonna throw some wood in the fire pit and burn some wood and
Beauty.
drink some whiskey.
Yes.
Probably gonna drink some American whiskey, some bourbon. I've got a few. I've got some Buffalo Trace. I've got Old Oak, Noble Oak. Got shit. I don't know what else. Oh, I got a Sagamore Spirit Rye. If you see that one over top of my shoulder right there.
Yep.
That's a rye. So I'm going to drink that one. And the black box next to it, for those of you that don't know, I just recently celebrated my birthday. 2 weeks ago? Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And that was from my daughter's fiance. He bought me that bottle. It is a Macallan 18. And he paid a lot of money for it.
It's a beautiful, beautiful bottle.
It's beautiful. It tastes amazing. The color is excellent, exquisite, I will say.
Yes.
So yeah, but tomorrow I'll be. Yeah, for the price, it's pretty pricey, guys. Yeah. So gonna do that. Chill, hang out. I think all the kids are going to be here, so
nice.
That'll be nice. Hopefully, I don't get too drunk too quickly.
There you go.
Too quickly.
That's the key.
Too quickly.
Because that's when you start getting dicks drawn on your face.
Well, not in my house.
Not in your house, no.
Somebody does that in my house, and they're liable to have lead poisoning.
Yep.
Later.
Yep.
And it might be fatal. You never know.
Oh shit.
So yeah, Independence Day is it's a big deal here in the US, and I'm sure all our listeners out there know that.
Yeah.
So to everyone out there, from me, I will say in the USA, happy Independence Day to everyone. Brent, do you want to say something?
Well, yeah, happy Independence Day to you guys. Doesn't matter what you're doing this weekend, whether it's celebrating it with just your family, nice cozy little thing around the campfire, or if you're down in the South and you're fucking having a blast, be safe. Be safe. That's all I gotta say.
Why has it got to be the South, man? Why is it always the South?
We know why. And we fucking love them for it. That's why.
Yes.
Why? Because the simple thing is you don't want a redneck to put a lead dent in your headrest. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, that's true. That is that's absolutely true. So I've gotten at least one message. I know that the live chat on Brime is currently not working. And I do appreciate those that are hanging out and just kind of listening and just chilling with us.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
And for those of you listening or watching after our live show, you can catch us live every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Mountain, 1 p.m. Pacific, at the CAPP Show, brime.tv/the CAPP Show.
Actually, what you know what I'm going to do after the show? Sorry, just side note. What I'll do is I'll set up a channel for chat. If it goes down, I'll set it up in the Discord if they want, so they can at least still chat to us.
Oh, okay, yeah, that'd be good.
So I'll set that up for next show, guys.
That's a good idea. And I'll throw up I'll create a banner on here and give you guys a link to it.
Perfect.
But you can also find our Discord at our link tree. It's listed there as well.
Yep.
Or you can always join our Discord, jump in there, talk to us, chat with us. Tell us what's on your mind. Tell us how you're feeling. Because the second big thing of today's show, we were going to do this last week, and I just had too much going on. I couldn't make it. So we had to cancel it late notice, and I do apologize for that. But now that we've had a chance for people across the U.S. to kind of calm down a little bit from the Roe versus Wade announcement, that was done by the U.S. Supreme Court. What they did is they overturned the ruling of Roe versus Wade. Because originally the ruling of Roe versus Wade was they were making it illegal, and they were really stretching the 14th Amendment. And so what they did, and even Ruth Bader Ginsburg said herself that she did not like how the law was written originally for Roe versus Wade because it was so thin. It didn't really have any meat to it. In order to properly do any kind of abortion rights or what have you, it needed to be added to the Constitution, right? If you want to make it a constitutional right and you want to make it more of a health right, hell, even healthcare in the United States is not a constitutional right.
No,
it is not.
Nope.
So that the only way to do that would be for Congress to do an amendment to the Constitution, right? And unfortunately, the only way that's going to happen, well, let me start over with that. Unfortunately, that's never going to happen because our Congress is too divided. Because it takes a vast majority of Congress in the House and the Senate, along with the president, in order to pass something like that. Right now, the Democratic Party runs the House, the Senate, and the White House, and they haven't done shit. They haven't even tried to do anything. They can't do anything because they can't get their heads out of their ass because they're still pointing fingers at Trump.
Absolutely.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
Can I just interject just a
Yeah,
little
absolutely.
point there? So for the last 40 plus years, people have known that the Republican Party have had this kind of on their mind. They wanted to get rid of this, right? The fucking Democratic Party has had that entire time to do something about it, and they failed.
Yep. They did. You're absolutely right. They did fail.
I just wanted to put that in there because it's everybody's, you got to understand everything about that, right? Because we were talking about it here, and we're not in the US, right? And of course, I've got a wife, I've got kids, so she was very passionate. But yeah, I just wanted to put that in there because I had to explain that to her just so that she understood that.
Yep.
But yeah, continue on. Sorry, man.
No, and one of the big this is a conversation, right? And one of the big things that people aren't understanding is the overturn of Roe v. Wade does not change the legality of anything anywhere. Period. In accordance to the federal government is not outlawing anything by taking that away.
Correct.
What they've done is they've laid it on the state's head. They've said, okay, now this ends where it should be. This should not have been at the federal level. This should be at the state level. Now it is up to the state. Let the states do it. Okay. Well, people didn't really understand that, didn't read it. They just, oh my God, this is over and my rights are being infringed. And they went ape shit. Total ape shit. So, yeah. And I'm going to go through a few things here. There were violent riots in states in the United States over this where it's still perfectly legal. Longmont, Colorado, my state, where I live now. Life Choices Pregnancy Center was set on fire and tagged with threatening graffiti. Did y'all know that abortion up until birth is still legal in the state of Colorado? Roe versus Wade didn't change that. Didn't do any of that. Didn't do anything. In Washington, D.C., Antifa took to the streets to declare that they were going to burn the city down. Abortion is legal in all stages of pregnancy in Washington, D.C. That didn't change. Did not change.
No. My understanding is, so states like Georgia, even Texas, some of these places that they're saying that this is the worst. Am I wrong to say that they do have health provisions in place? So, in case the mother is at risk, to save the mother, abortion still is legal, but for only health reasons, not
birth control reasons.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Now, granted, I do believe that women should have the choice if they want to get it done, yes, but there needs to be provisions in place for that so that the healthcare system isn't inundated or you don't have, well, call them murder mills if you want.
Yeah,
Now, I'm
whatever.
not saying that's what I call them, but I've heard people call them that,
Yeah,
right? So, you know, like myself and my wife, right? If she were to get pregnant, we're not having another kid. Sorry, right? But we have choices, right? Contraceptives, tubes tied, vasectomy. We have all these different choices that we can make, right?
yes,
I, I,
absolutely.
I and I get it, but at the same time, women should have that choice.
Yeah, I
Now,
heard something. I heard something the other day where someone had made a comment. I think I was watching Brett Cooper talking about it, and she does a comment section, part of the Daily Wire stuff. And she had made a comment, reading comments, people had made on these rulings, and they
yeah,
had made a comment about, well, now we're just going to have to be more aware and mindful of what we do and make sure that our protection is better. And it's like, shouldn't you have been doing that to begin with?
yeah,
I mean,
yep.
I
It
understand
takes two.
accidents happen, and when you take all the precautions, something still happens. But if you
Yeah,
use that as a layer of your birth control, that's the only place I have a problem with it.
yeah. Oh,
And not
100%.
just one time.
No,
Let me
no,
be clear.
no,
Let me be clear.
no.
One time is like, oh shit, I fucked up. Okay. One time, all right, fine. It's still your choice. Do what you want to do. Okay. But if it's like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, come
Yeah,
on now. Really?
I,
Maybe there's something else you need to be doing.
yeah. Well, I mean, is Plan B not a thing? Like the pill. You go out, you party, and you're like, no, you know what? Maybe I should just in case.
Yep. Now, and let's flip devil's advocate, flip the side of that coin, right?
Yep.
Everybody's saying, well, men shouldn't go out and get vasectomies. I 100% agree with that.
Sure. Yeah.
100% agree with that.
100%. Yep.
Oh my God, there are so many men on this planet that should never, ever, 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 infinity ever plant a fucking seed to make a child, period. Ever, 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 ever. Because they are pieces of shit and they're
Yep.
oh my God.
I have met a few of them.
It's like,
Yep.
wow, you should never have kids. You should
Yes.
never reproduce. Here, let me just
Oh,
sterilize you now.
yeah. Fuck. If it was legal, I bet you a lot of people would do that to their kids. What? That's the problem, though, right? Now,
Yeah, it is.
oh, pardon me. No, it's one of those things, and the one thing that does kind of annoy me though, and I want to touch on it just for a second, is the whole no uterus, no opinion. Okay,
Mm.
if you're a consensual couple, there has to be an opinion there. If not, then you don't value that partner's opinion in any life matter, especially one of that utmost importance. Okay.
Yeah.
The the other point to that is if you don't want my opinion, don't come ask for it and then don't ask me for help because I can't help you if I don't have my own opinion on it.
Yeah, that's a good point, right? And
I'm sorry.
that is an
Like I
excellent
mean,
point.
it's one of those things that no uterus, no opinion. Well, what if your OB is a male? Does he still not have an opinion?
Yeah, I think from that perspective, it's
You know what I mean? But it's
yeah,
medically
I get
necessary,
that, but
you
so
know,
think about it from the other side too, right? So if you've
100%.
got if it's if the father, right, the guy who fathered this new thing growing within inside her, um, if he helped create that, and you tell him that he doesn't get a choice whether you keep it or not, if you decide to keep it, okay, then it should be his choice not to do anything to help you. If he
Absolutely.
decides not to, now, to be fair, that's the way it should go. And I know people are going to get pissed off about hearing me say that.
Absolutely.
And I get it. I get it. That's called the part of choice. You know, you can't make a choice that's good for you, but and then say, well, because I made this choice, now you have to do this for me because
Right.
I made this choice. You have no say in that choice. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold
Well,
on.
that's exactly it. You have to see it from both sides. Unfortunately, when people are angry, and like I say, do I agree with it? So, do I agree with the Supreme Court? Um, yeah, I do kind of, because that everything that they were claiming about privacy, right? It's still, the way I understand it, is still, you're still covered under that, under the 14th Amendment. The only thing that did was stripped away the abortion, which was never, it was never under the Constitution, right? That's why they leave it to the states. The problem is, see, to me, if you're leaving it to the states, and the states that are banning it then should have some kind of provision in there, right? You're forced, because I mean, some of them don't have in case of incest and rape, right?
Yep.
Those are few states, but those states that are forcing these young women to have those children now under those circumstances should have foster care set up and provided for them.
Yeah.
Honestly, right? At no expense to the family. That needs to be covered for them because you're forcing them to have these. Uh, I think they need to do. Can't remember who it was, but child rapists or child abusers. I think they just came out. Penalty is murder or death. Sorry, firing squad or hanging.
Yeah. Should be.
You're damn right it should be,
Should be.
right?
Absolutely.
You know, and I wouldn't sit. The 3S rule would apply to me. So if a woman was raped, okay, as we sit today, the 3S rule should apply. Shoot, shovel, and shut up. That right there. I don't understand how. See, this is where I have a hard time with the states that are banning, will be banning abortion, especially in the case of rape or incest,
Yeah.
right? You know, you're going to end up now. No disrespect to this family at all, okay? But I believe they are called the Whitakers, and I believe they are in Virginia. They are the most inbred family. Um, I suggest people go check them out, especially if you're in agreement with the whole ban it no matter what, because there's going to be a lot of people coming out that way, right? Because I mean, the thing is, there's certain demographics that are inherently, uh, how can I put that delicately? There's no easy way of putting it. They like to inbreed,
Yep.
right? Now, whether they actually have children or not, couldn't tell you. My assumption is most of them do. In cases like that, we should be, because all you're doing is you you you're creating. It's so difficult because it's so sad. You're not creating a life for something, or you're not in a position to have a baby, especially if they have medical issues, right? And in those instances, they should have probably terminated early. Because now you're putting more health burden on not just the system, but the family as a whole. You create more problems.
Yeah.
Just my opinion on that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's a little bit of a different direction, but it's one of those
No,
things
I
that
mean,
the
it's
state,
a different direction in accordance to what? The social norm?
yeah,
I mean, if anyone that's ever talked to us or listened to us knows that we're not really for the social norm. We're more of
no,
just tell you how we feel about things and the way we see things, you know.
yeah.
And I
We
try to
want you
give
think differently, though.
facts, right? But I also give my opinion on things, and you do too.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, absolutely. Certain things I'm very strongly opinionated on.
yep,
Other things, not so much.
yep. There are many things that we're strongly opinionated on that we do not discuss on this show because
Nope.
people will not like what we have to say. And plus, the algorithms on all the different sites will ban us and kick us out, and all that good stuff.
Yes. So yes, sorry, it is the Whitaker family. They are they're very odd. They're from West Virginia. So, I mean, listen, I didn't want to pinpoint it, but
Oh God, that's where I grew up. That shitty state.
Name, so.
Hey.
Hey, you moved out early though. That was the good. Oh,
I got out when I could. Got out at the age of 17, just before I turned 18.
nice. Yeah, no, it's one of those things. Like I say. So what people basically the core of it is, abortion is not illegal federally. It's just not covered by the Constitution.
Right.
It'll be
Or any
state by
federal
state.
laws. It's up to the state.
Which honestly, not one government should have any laws over bodily autonomy like that.
Agree. Yep,
Right?
I agree. I think all actions should be between a patient and their doctor.
Absolutely.
And there should
Yeah.
be no governing body over that.
No. Nope.
So the thing that drives me crazy though is, when all this went down, all this was announced, you had people sitting representatives and senators in the US Congress that were making comments of telling people to go into the streets, defy the Supreme Court, protest, make your voices heard. Right? These are the exact same people that are saying that Trump on January 6th, told all of his supporters to fight like hell. He was clear about what he meant. He said, fight like hell in a peaceful way, is what he said. But now these articles of impeachment and stuff that they put out, even after he was out of office, willfully made statements that in context encouraged and foreseeably resulted in lawless action at the Capitol, such as, if you don't fight like hell, we're not gonna have a country anymore. Okay, it's always been that way. If we don't fight like hell, we won't have a country anymore.
Yeah.
It's not wrong,
right?
Saying he incited an insurrection. Let me explain something to you people out there. If you don't understand what an insurrection is, please look it up. If you think January 6th was an insurrection, you have a very, very skewed version of reality, because the amount of people that were there, if they wanted to take it, nothing would have stopped them.
No.
Nothing.
Not that amount of people, no.
No fucking way. And if you go back and you look at all the evidence, majority of the people that stormed and anybody that caused any kind of damage, they've proven proven were Antifa.
Yeah.
And Black Lives Matter movement individuals. That's who they were. It's all on video. You don't believe me?
Yep.
Go look.
Yeah. No, I've watched hours of that shit, and yeah, I mean it. But that's people though. You can show them undeniable evidence, and they still won't believe you.
Yep. So,
Which,
you know, but then when I see, I hear these things where people come out and they say, well, you need to rise up and you need to push back and defy the Supreme Court.
no.
You might want to, I want to go look in the mirror a little bit
Yeah.
when you say that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm good.
I guess my ultimate point here is that you get the same people. You get people that are talking out of both sides of their mouth, right? One moment they're talking about how this was an insurrection. Next moment they're like, you need to get in their faces. You see them out on the street. You see them out here. You see them out there. You make yourselves known. You harass them.
Yep.
This was actually said by a fucking senator. You harass them. I'm sorry. If I'm out in public, chances are I've got something strapped to my hip. And if you harass me, I can probably view that as a threat.
Yeah.
But if you harass me and I'm not strapped, be prepared to have it thrown right back at you. Because, I will not go quietly.
No.
Never.
No. And I think that's one of my favorite things about, I gotta say it, about the U.S. I mean, there's a lot of I like a lot of things about the U.S., don't get me wrong. But, I mean, First Amendment, right?
Yep.
Freedom of speech. Second Amendment, right to bear and keep arms. And the reason the second one is there is to protect the first one.
Yep.
Right? Unlike Canada.
Well, part of it. Yeah.
Well, yeah. But I mean, you know what I mean. Unlike we don't have free speech. We never have. You go out here and you start yelling at somebody, you get into an argument, and if you offend that person, guess what's happening? You're getting a fine. Yeah. Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah. I'm all about free speech.
Yeah.
Please exercise your rights. It's like as much as I hate to admit this, I've done it. I've defended, organizations like the Westboro Baptist Church that used to go around and they would protest military funerals,
Right.
and they would have hateful signs, hateful speech and stuff on their signs, and they were nasty. They were really, really nasty.
This is one thing that I gotta. It's amazing that so everybody like them, right? Or protesting against what Trump said or anything that he ever said. Okay. You look at the signs that the protesters are holding, right? They're usually, death to this, you're this, you're that, right? Okay, that's
Yep.
hate speech. That's what that is.
Yep.
What are they protesting against? A speech that they hate. There's a huge difference between hate speech and speech that you hate. And usually the people that are protesting the speech that they hate are using speech hate to protest that which they're saying is hate speech. It's not.
Yeah.
Do you follow me on that?
Yeah, I do. I mean, and honestly, I mean, even Steven Crowder did a thing on it that there is no such thing as hate speech, right? Because it's not, it's words.
True.
But it's the emotion behind those words that is what causes the problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when these people were doing all this to these funerals and stuff, people were like, "Oh my God, we need to stop them. We need to shut them down." And I'm like, "Well, no, actually, technically, you're not supposed to. You should let them continue on." Well, I can't believe you condone that. It's like I don't necessarily condone the message. I don't condone what they're saying, but I did sign away, my life and um, my allegiance to the Constitution of the United States, which gives them that ability.
Yes.
Like, okay, I support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that's not against the First Amendment. They still have the right to go out and say that. Whether you agree with it or not is up to you.
Yes.
I don't agree with it, but
No.
they still have a right to say it. Right?
Yeah.
And I think even what I just said about what these senators and these representatives have said, okay, that is protected under the freedom of speech. Absolutely it is. Now, what isn't is what people do with those words. If they take those words and run with them and they cause violence, they cause trouble, they cause, an insurrection, they cause anything that is physically violent or physical anything to people. I don't even know I don't even know the right words to say it. Yeah, that's not protected.
If the speech manifests into action,
there you go. Stated
then it's not covered.
Far more eloquently than I could say it.
Some days I can use my words properly.
I can't.
Some days.
But
yeah, no, he's 100% right.
Yep. So, whether we like it or not, I mean, today it's gotten to be where so and so hurt my feelings by what they said. We need to cancel them. How about you need to just fuck right off?
Yeah. Well, there's is it Billy Connolly? I can't remember the comedian that says, what happens when you're offended? Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing. You're offended. So what? Nothing happens. Nothing's going to change, right? Because the only one that can make you offended is yourself. In my eyes.
That's true.
Right? Somebody made fun of me for my teeth, my fucking crooked nose now. Anything? I don't care. Why?
It is crooked, folks. You should see it.
You're fucking right, it is. It's bad. It's actually, yeah, it's not great. It could have been a lot worse. I ended up setting it myself. My wife's like, well, we should go to the doctors. But fuck that. Because they're going to do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Except they're going to put shit up there and then I'm going to pack it. And I don't want all that. Fuck that. I'm good. But yeah, it's, sorry about that. But no, it's one of those things. I don't get offended. Why? Because I know these things about myself. Why? If I wanted to change my teeth, my nose, get hair, any of it, I could do it, but why? What, to appease somebody else, to make them happy so that... No. I'm happy with myself. I don't give a fuck. And that's the difference between myself and Jeremy and probably a lot of people out there. I mean, myself, when I say I generally don't care, I don't care. Because there's a lot of things in this world you can't change, right? So why would I dwell on the shit that I can't change? If everybody, you're so upset, and go out and vote. Vote for the politicians that you think are going to help, right? Now, some people say, oh, I just throw my vote away. Well, then throw it away. But at least you're trying something, right? People nowadays think activism is sitting back and tweeting memes and shit when there's actually stuff you can actually do to go out and change this stuff. Don't sit behind your iPhone just saying, oh, this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. Go out and do it. Go run for office. Go
do it.
Go educate yourself and be put in that position, right? Get that shit done. Look, you don't have to be fucking bright. I believe AOC is still in her position, is she not?
Yes.
I'm just saying, if you actually want to do something to change these laws, then get off your ass, get outside, and go do it. Sorry, I thought that had to be said.
No, I think that was great. That was well stated, well put.
And if you can't go out, you got the internet. There's a lot of stuff that can be accomplished just from your home. Because I know there are people that want to get involved with stuff like that, but they can't. They've got these. Is it agoraphobia? The fear of outside?
I don't know what it is.
Something like that, right? You can contact other people that can help you do all these different things. Get off your ass and do it. Yeah. So
agoraphobia. Yeah, you're right.
some days it works.
Some days it works.
Some days.
Some days.
More days
yeah, I'm the same way. Some days it works, and other days I'm like walking to one room to the other, and I'm like, what the hell was I doing?
Been there, man. Been there multiple times. I went in the bathroom, okay? I went pee in the bathroom the one day. I walked out, went down to go to the office, stopped, turned around, went back to the bathroom, turned on the light, and went, what the hell am I doing? I was just in here going to the bathroom, and then walked back.
Scatterbrain.
30 seconds.
Scatterbrain.
Oh yeah. It happens.
And I think that's actually where we're going to call it, folks.
That sounds good to me.
It's a good show. I appreciate everybody coming and hanging out with us. You guys are awesome.
Yes. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Should always make sure you check out our link tree, the CAPP show on Linktree, and get a link to all of our stuff. Jump in Discord and chat with us. Talk to us. Tell us what you think. Tell us that we're both full of shit when it comes to Roe versus Wade, and that we're psychopaths or some shit. I don't care. Tell us something. Say something. Hit us up on Twitter,
please.
We're on most of the major platforms out there. Come by and see us sometime and hit us up. But that's going to do it for today's show. We always end the show, always, with Brent's words of wisdom. And so, sir, take it away.
As usual, don't be an asshole unless they deserve it. And be the nicest one you can be. And remember the 3 R's. Receive, reflect, respond. Take 2 minutes to think. There is one other one I want to add on, just as a little tidbit. When you're having a conversation with somebody, like me and Jeremy do, if you really truly want to understand their point of view, just ask them. When you receive that information, and this is where the reflection comes in, say, so what you're trying to tell me is this. And explain to them how you perceive what they have told you. That way they can see how you see it, and they can say, no. Either, yes, that is exactly what I mean, or no, I'm sorry you've seen it that way. Hopefully they respond that way. This is what I meant by that, not what you thought. Just a key. I've picked that up over the last little while here, so I figured I'd pass that on to you guys.
Good stuff.
So, with that, I appreciate everybody hanging out.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
We love you guys. We appreciate you, your support. Appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. We'll be back next week. Topics to be determined. Yep. Follow us on Twitter and all the other social medias, and stay up to date with us. So then we'll catch you later.
July, guys.
Happy 4th of July, everybody. Love y'all. Bye-bye.